Wow. Rangers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all those watching around the world. Yeah, I just want to clarify a bit, about all these things going on, about my absence from the national team. A lot of talks. But I just thought of sharing, a bit of my side of the story. So I will just wait a bit so that wapake kwa wantu kwa ngono. Yeah, I think you've all seen what is happening. People are doing interviews, and I haven't done an interview. I think, yeah, what people know about the story is just the code that I had with the guy. But I just want to explain and tell you how all these things started, so that you people understand. You don't need to go. You don't need to go to other people and ask them what's going on with my situation and all that. So I'll just tell you what happened, and then, yeah, you can be the judge. Yeah. So yeah, I think we have a good number. We have a good number. But first, I want to let you know how much I love playing for the national team, and for you people to understand that it's just a dream for each and every kid out there to play for the national team. And playing for the national team was my biggest dream. So not being part of the national team now, it doesn't make me happy, to be honest, because I feel and believe that I can still contribute more to the national team. And I believe that it's the biggest dream of each and every Zambian to play for the national team. So this is the issue that I wanted to address you all today. And I want you to get it from me, so that you understand that not being part of the national team is not my wish, or like other people are portraying it to be maybe in discipline issues. I don't respect so-called the superiors, all those things. But I want to take you back, you know, how all these things started. And then, yeah, you can judge for yourself. So I remember when I was playing in Belgium, I really want to tell you, for you to understand that Mr. Kamanga is not a honest person. He has been doing interviews, he has been saying all these things, but Mr. Kamanga is not a honest person. So you get it from me. I want to explain everything, how everything started. So when I was in Belgium, we had a game in Malawi for the under-23 team, the national team. So we played there in Malawi, and then we had another game in Zambia against Malawi. So after that game at home, you know, we won 1-0. And I think both games we won 1-0. The first game we won 1-0. The second one we won 1-0, which I scored in the first and the second game. And after the game, I started receiving screenshots. I started receiving screenshot how the Fuzz page was attacking me about being selfish and all that, and, you know. And looking at the Fuzz page, for me, I believe it's a page that holds so much value, for the, I mean, for the nation, you know. But to see them criticizing me publicly, I sent those screenshots. I sent those screenshots to Mr. Kamanga, and I called him. So we spoke for some minutes, you know, and I said, I don't know who is running the first page, because this is very frustrating. You know, people are sending me this screenshot that first page is, you know, is busy attacking me on social media, that I'm selfish, this and that, you know. But Mr. Kamanga said, no, don't worry, I will deal with that, you know. And I explained to him that I don't understand this first page, because other players, you publish them. I don't need, you know, it's not something that I need, that maybe I want first page to publish my, you know, my work in Belgium. You know, I know first page shouldn't post about players anyway, but if they do it for other players, then they should do it also for me, because then I was part of the national team. And, you know, being a Zambian, if you see your friends being published on the first page, you know, I mean, it's something that brings motivation to other people who, you know, they're like young kids, you know, who are following us. So if they are posting other players, what they are doing, the success and everything, why not mine? You know, why not what I'm doing? So the first president was like, you know, you shouldn't worry. You shouldn't worry about this situation. I will deal with it, you know. I said, okay. Let me see the results, you know. I'll wait for the results, you know. They continued doing that. And I remember, I think you all know what happened. You know, the issue of Lenford Kalaba, when he was talking about the coach from Serbia, from Croatia. So when I watched Kalaba's interview, that the coach was telling him that, asking him, do you have issues with Faz? Why people from Faz are telling me that you are not a nice person, that this and that? I had the same. 3 coaches from the national team. Forgotten the name of the coach from Belgium. 7. And then we had Micho, and then Asanovic. Micho had to take me in the car to tell me about this whole thing. So he was telling me, immediately I joined the camp for the national team, and I was, you know, greeting everyone, you know, chatting with the boys. And then Micho was like, Fashion, I have something, you know, I have something to share with you. why is it that when I joined the national team, they were telling me things about you, and it's not what I'm seeing. You're a totally different person. So, you know, I always share this story with my family. And I said, another coach has just taught me this. So I don't understand. I don't understand what these people are telling these coaches, you know, people from FAS. I don't understand what they're telling these coaches, because this is now a second coach. A few months later, or I don't know if it was a year, or we had a coach from Croatia, Asanovic. I remember so well, Radisson Blue Hotel. He called me in his room, and I started listening the whole conversation from him. I remembered that it has been two coaches who told me the same thing, and now it's Asanovic, the third coach, telling me about how bad I am, how selfish I am. You know, I don't respect people. I don't know. I don't respect my teammates, or which I believe I've never had an issue with my teammates. National team, or maybe at club level, I've never had issues with the national team. I think I've tried my best to make sure that I respect my teammates, you know, because I know the fact that my teammates contribute so much to my career. You know, they have contributed so much, and I have so much respect for my teammates, you know. So when I watched the interview of Kalava, it was like a confirmation to me that actually this is what is happening, you know. This is actually what is happening. It's not only me. Actually, a lot of people are going through this. You know, I had a call with my father, you know, my family. We spoke about this, you know, I shared with my wife. I was like, you know, look at the video of Kalava. You know, he's actually saying the same thing. You know, he's saying the same thing about what the coaches are telling him. You know, so I don't understand what I did to Faz. I don't understand if I did something wrong or I accused someone from Faz. I don't know. You know, and then I got the comfort, obviously, from the family. But to be honest, it's something that I didn't expect, you know, that people from FAS would say such things to the coaches about a player, especially that I've never been in any situation with FAS over discipline issues. I've tried so much, and I think football is, you know, football is my life. And I try by all means to put so much respect. The people I'm meeting in my career, I respect everyone. You know, the fans, of course. I've never been disrespectful and all that. The players, to the coaches, you know. But getting such kind of messages from coaches was very sad and very disrespectful on my side, because I felt like if I did something, could have been better for first people to talk to me, which is Mr. Kamanga or other people, the vice, or, you know, they could have spoken to me. I think could have been better that way, instead of telling the coaches if I did something wrong, you know. But I spoke to Mr. Kamanga again about it, and Mr. Kamanga responded to me that no, don't worry, you know, these coaches, that's what they say, but you know, we are Zambians, you know, they will definitely go soon and stuff like that, you know. Then I was like, but if these people, they're telling me something like this, and this is the third coach telling me this, it means there is something going on. So maybe you can speak to your people, you know, in the association to make sure that everything is okay. If I did something, if I did something, maybe you can talk to me. You know, sometimes maybe, I don't know, maybe I did something to them, but they were not confident enough to talk to me. I don't know. But it has been too much for me, to be honest, because a lot of talks, you know, a lot of talks. And I really want to clarify something to you people, Zambians or my fans who are following me all over the world, that you know me. Since I started playing football, there is no indiscipline issues about me. I think this is something that you can even check for yourself. I've never had issues about discipline. And that is something that I just told myself that, you know, people, you know, coaches and, you know, people that I'm meeting on the way, they can teach me how to, you know, how to play good football, tactics and all that. But in terms of discipline, this is something that someone can't teach me because it's something that I learned from my father. I got it from my father, and he taught me how I should be respectful. So this is something that I'll never allow, you know, in my life. I'll never allow to be disrespectful. I'll never allow to disrespect people, you know. So I believe that on that side of my life, I'm good because you can tell there are no stories about me being indisciplined in any way. So this issue, I just wanted to take you back how this whole story started to where we stand today. You know, I just thought of telling you exactly what happened. So the issue that we have now at hand with Coach Grant, of course, you know, I'm not part of the national team, and you all have been asking why. A lot of stories, you know, about you know, a lot of stories about me maybe being indisciplined and all that, you know. So I just feel like I should address it this way, because what happened between me and Grant, this is the issue that I want you to understand. What happened between me and Grant was that Grant sent me an audio. Grant sent me an audio how I've been lazy, telling me I don't work hard. He wants to work with players who work with passion, players, you know, and things like that. Like, I don't work hard for the team. And he was telling me he will leave me in, I don't know which tournament they had in Malawi or something like that. Yeah, he was telling me that he will leave me because I don't work hard. You know, I'm not a good player for his tactics, for him and stuff like that. And for me, that was very disrespectful. But you know what I did? The first thing that I did, I didn't respond to Grant. The first thing that I did, I was with my manager. I was with my manager sitting next to me. The first thing that I did was to call Kamanga, you know. And I called Mr. Kamanga, you know, and we started speaking about it. And knowing Mr. Kamanga is a leader of Zambian football, and I really wanted him to give me his view, you know, so that he can explain to me what I should do about it, you know. And all these things that have happened in the past, I've been talking to him direct, being the president of the association. I spoke to Mr. Kamanga for an hour and a half on the phone. My manager was sitting next to me. Excuse me. Mr. Kamanga explained how I should respond to Grant. The audios that Grant sent to me were very disrespectful. And I believe that there is a way you can address a player as a coach. And you can't downgrade the player's ethic like that. He could have used better ways, you know. He could have used better ways to talk to me, which I believe that maybe his point that he wanted to raise could have been well understood. But then the words that he was using was very disrespectful, and knowing how hard I work, you know, I felt like someone can't tell me that I don't work hard, I don't work with passion and stuff. Things like that, I don't agree with them, because looking at where I came from to reach a level of playing for the national team, coming from the village there in Chipata, I think that shows that I've really tried my best, you know. So Mr. Kamanga started telling me now how I should respond to Glant. Why would Glant send you such kind of voice notes? Does he know how far you've come with the national team? Does he know where you came from? You have been playing for the national team for years, and he's being disrespectful to you like that. You have to insult him. You have to send bad messages to him because he's very stupid. I'm the boss, and I'll take him out of the national team. He can't talk to you like that. You are the senior player. My manager was sitting next to me. The whole conversation, Mr. Kamanga, if I'm lying, he can respond. You know why I did this? It's because Mr. Kamanga has been doing a lot of interviews. Mr. Kamanga has been doing a lot of interviews, and I haven't done any interview. I have never said a word about this or thing. But he keeps going on with the interviews. He's still doing the interviews. Today I woke up, he did another interview. And I sent him messages this morning. I sent him messages, and I know that for sure he will want to respond to me, because I sent him a message saying, boss, have you forgotten what you and I planned? How I should respond to Glant? Have you forgotten that now you are going around doing all these interviews? He's making it look like I accused my teammates and stuff like that. I didn't accuse my teammates. I'll get there in a minute. But when Mr. Kamanga told me how I should respond to Glant, me and my manager, we sat down and we were discussing about this issue. My agent, my manager was telling me, if this is what your boss is telling you, then let's prepare. We need to respond to the coach, because this is very disrespectful. I have all the messages that I spoke to Mr. Kamanga. I'm not here to lie or maybe trying to comfort myself and stuff like that. All those things were prepared, and I spoke to Grant about it. I responded and I blocked it, because for me it was done on my side. It was done on my side. Me and Mr. Kamanga agreed what I should say to Grant. I responded in a way, and I even sent that message. It's a good message. The messages that I sent, that I sent to Grant, everything was well arranged and prepared between me and Mr. Kamanga. I have all the proof. If all these laws that have changed in Zambia, you want to use that against me, I'm ready. Because sometimes it's very important, especially if you know that you did something or you said something. Sometimes it's important to keep quiet. Sometimes it's important to keep quiet. And after that, I responded to the coach. After that, I blocked him because I didn't want to talk to him. Then me and Mr. Kamanga were having all this conversation. Yes, you did well. This, and that. Great. Mr. Kamanga told me, this national team camp, in Malawi, don't worry about this, but the next camp, I'll bring you back to the national team. I'll bring you back to the national team because, this thing happened in a very short period of time. You know what happened? Mr. Kamanga failed to do what he promised. Mr. Kamanga failed to do what he promised. And you know what he did? He went on, I think it was Super Sport. He had an interview. He did an interview, and then he started speaking to me. He started speaking about me on the interview, like, oh no, I'm not the one choosing the players, because they were asking him why Fashion is doing so well in Saudi Arabia. Why did you leave him? But the national team, no, I'm not the one selecting players. To me, he's the one selecting players. That's what he told me. Messages, calls, I'm the one, I'm the boss, blah, 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 saying all sorts of things. I was not part of the national team. And when he did that interview, saying that I accused my friend, I accused my friend of scoring tap-ins, he said the same thing again on that interview. I accused my friend, scoring tap-ins, and stuff like that. That time, when he did the interview, that's the time I spoke to Sidin. After the interview, I told my family, I said, I'm going to speak to Sidin because he has sent me a message, and this is the time for me to deliver the message. This is the time for me to deliver the message because Mr. Kamanga is a betrayer. Mr. Kamanga is a betrayer. He betrayed me. After all these things that me and him spoke about in secret, he's going live, having interviews, and start telling the whole country about, the coach has the power to select the players, which is true. By the way, that's true. But he shouldn't have said that to me, that, no, I'll bring you back. I'm the boss. I'll take this coach out. He's not even staying. He's not staying with the national team. I'm taking him out. Me and my agent said, okay, the boss has said. The boss of us has said. So I'm safe. And when he did the interview with SuperSport, when he started saying all these things, I said, okay, Mr. Kamanga is betraying me. He's a betrayer. Let me do my part too. Let me do my part. This guy who runs the football page, the Football Association page of Zambia, has just texted me. He texted me in the morning that day. I said, this is the time for me to deliver my message to the people of Zambia because I have to deliver the message to the people of Zambia because my friends have delivered their messages. Then what about me? So, to be honest, when Sidin called that day, I knew that it was the time for me to tell the whole Zambia what is going on. I didn't say exactly what me and Mr. Kamanga spoke about, but I actually mentioned that in that audio, you can go back, I actually mentioned that I was on the phone with Mr. Kamanga for more than an hour. I said this, I was on the phone with Mr. Kamanga for more than an hour. And that call for more than an hour was a call for me, how I should respond to Grant. When Grant sent me those audios. That was the call that we had. It was us planning how I should respond. But then, Mr. Kamanga betrayed me. That's the reason why I used that Sidin, that audio that was leaked. Because I wanted the people to know about what happened. To make it very clear, that day when I did that phone call, Mr. Kamanga started sending people to call me. No, Mr. Kamanga told me to call you so that I should speak. The assistant coach, Moses Sichone, called me. No, we need the vice president, the GS, the general secretary called me. No, we need to speak, we need to speak, all that we need to speak. They wanted me to apologize to the coach. They were calling me to apologize to the coach, which I think a lot of people are waiting, even now. A lot of people are waiting for me to apologize because it's very easy. It's very easy for me to apologize and get back to the national team, but I'm going there. I want you to understand where I'm standing. Because all those people were calling me to apologize. They were telling me, oh, just apologize for the sake of your career so that you should play for the national team. It's very important for you just apologize to the coach. Now Mr. Kamanga stopped calling me. He started sending people. And I was very much aware that that's the tactic that he will use. And a lot of people were telling me that's what he does. So Mr. Kamanga stopped calling me. There was a game, I don't remember, the game that we played at home. I think it was, I don't know, Tanzania or I don't know that game. Then he called me. And let's talk. where are you standing? I said, Mr. Kamanga, you can't ask me where I'm standing. You and I planned this. You know, we planned this. So you can't ask me where I'm standing. I have to ask you, how is it going there? Are you trying to solve the issue? Because it's between us. You know, you promised me that you would take the coach out. You promised me that you are the boss, you will bring me back to the national team. So why are you calling me now, asking me where I'm standing? I have to ask you, being the boss. What's going on? He was just laughing on the phone. Because they wanted me to apologize. Let me make it clear to you. Other people got it wrong. That maybe I accused my teammates for scoring tap-ins and stuff. That wasn't the point. The point was, why is it that me, being a Zambian, you don't share about what I'm doing in Saudi Arabia? It started not only here in Saudi Arabia, it started way back when I was in Belgium, when I went to Rangers in Scotland, until here in Saudi Arabia. You don't share about what I'm doing. But you do it for other players. Then why not me? Even when other players score tap-ins, then you share. But for me, you don't share. But then people got it wrong. Oh, no, he's accusing his teammates. He's, you know, I have a very good relationship with the boys who play for the national team, by the way. I have a very good relationship with them. I've been with them for years. So if I was a bad person, you could have known. You can't judge me because of what I said. That was a message to Sydney, being the media person for Faz. That was a message for him, not to accuse my teammates. I appreciate their efforts, the hard work. You know, they have contributed so much to me. And I'm not going to go around. I won't go around and start downgrading their hard work. You know, that was a message for Sydney. And I really wanted him to take that into consideration. That, okay, I think what this guy is saying is making sense. You know, because to be fair, it's not something that I need. You know, like, oh, the page should be posting about me. But if they do it for other players, they should do it for me. They should do it for everyone. You know, that's it. If they don't do it for other players, they shouldn't do it for me. You know, so that part, that was, you know, people wanted to make it a bit viral that I, you know, downgraded my teammates. I love them, I appreciate them, I respect them. It's very clear. I've never fought, not even one time, with any Zambian national team player. Not even one time there. So I should downgrade their hard work today. No, come on. Come on, guys. We have to be fair. You know, so let me not run away from the main point that I wanted people to know. What I wanted people to know is that Mr. Kamanga is not a honest man. If he is honest, he should come to me. Being a leader, you have to lead by example. The reasons why I've been calling him or sending him all those things that happened even in 2019, 2018, or what Grant sent to me, the reason why I spoke to him, it's because I know that he's a leader. And being a leader, I wanted to get instruction from him. I wanted to get instruction from him and how I should respond, you know, how we can go forward. And all of a sudden, he changed against me. He became a very different person, started sending people to talk to me, which is something I didn't appreciate because those people were not, you know, were not part of the conversation that I had with Mr. Kamanga. So, coaches in Zambia were calling me to apologize, you know, but this is the part that I wanted you to know. The story that I mentioned in that leaked audio about the coach, you know, about the coach having a meeting with me, trying to tell me to join his agent and stuff like that. Trying to tell me that his agent doesn't need much money. You know, at the level where I am playing for the national team, I represent the community that can't pay to play for the national team. Where I came from, those kids who are watching me, they can't pay to play for the national team. And I've never paid to play for the national team. I've never paid anyone to play for the national team. I have had people who have helped me along the way, of course, you know, trying to push me, of course. You know, Mr. Kafanyerenda got me from the village. You know, Mr. Suwale and Mr. Chongo in Chingola, they got me from Chipata. Mr. Numba and Mr. Mlenga, the chairman of Zonako, they signed me there. And of course, you know, these are the people who have helped me, but I never paid a coin. You know, to be where I am today, it's because I've met people who have helped me so much. You know, but I never paid a coin. It's because I represent a community. They can't manage to pay to play for the national team. And when I had a meeting with him, I said, no, he doesn't need much money, blah, blah, blah. You know, you have to join him, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't know that I was with my teammates who was going through a very difficult moment. Was going through a very difficult moment. My teammates, my roommate. People know my roommates when I was in the Africa Cup. I'll be very honest and very direct with you. You guys can judge. And it's up to you. Because I believe I have to deliver the message how everything happened. When I was, you know, after the meeting with the coach, when he was telling me to join his agent and stuff like that, after that meeting, I spoke to my teammates, who was my roommate in the Africa Cup. I told him, I said, you know, because that agent was telling my teammates that, you know, you have to sign with me. If you don't sign with me, you won't play for the national team. And that roommate of mine, I mean, you can be my witness. You know, you can be my witness. Tostan Savata was my roommate. Tostan Savata was my roommate. He was busy. Bro, look, this agent is telling me this, is telling me that. I say, don't sign with him. If they are telling you that if you want to play for the national team, if they're telling you that if you want to play for the national team, you have to sign with them, that's not the right way to build our national team. That's not the right way to build the national team. Because the national team is not built on people who believe that they are superior because they can bring whoever player they want, or maybe because they are making a little bit of money. That's not how we build the national team. Even if I'm not part of the national team today, my biggest dream is to see Zambian football grow, to see Zambian national team to qualify to the World Cup. Even in my casket, I will be happy to see that. I will be happy to see Zambia qualifying to the World Cup, because that's the biggest dream and that's what we want. But not an agent putting pressure on players, the agent of the coach putting pressure on players. No, you have to sign with me. No, you have to, you know, to be my player to play for the national team. No, we are Zambians. That should come first. You being an agent, you are not a Zambian, but we are Zambians. We are Zambians, and no matter what happens, we will remain Zambians. As simple as that. We will remain Zambia. Even if this coach goes, Zambia will forever be our country. So you can't come to me and tell me, oh, to play for the national team, I have to sign with you, being an agent. No, I don't need to sign with you playing for my own country, my brother. You understand? I don't need that. You know, so that's what was happening in the national team. And you could see that Savata was not even on the bench for the Africa Cup. He was my roommate. He was going through that. He was going through all those sort of things with the coach and the agent. You guys, being Zambians, do you know a player who was threatened, Zambian national team player, who was threatened in Israel, you know, the agent saying, I'm sending thugs there if you don't pay my money? You have no idea. The moment that audio was leaked, you don't know how many people came to me, how many messages I received, how many parents sent messages to me about what I said. You don't have an idea. The players who got stuck in Dubai immediately after that audio, because of the same agent. You have no idea. After the audio leaked, no, they started contacting me so that I should fly them back to Zambia. You guys have no idea. The problem that I have about all these things that happened is that when I came out to address, of course, through the audio that got leaked, the problem that I had, it's because people didn't expect a player to speak like that. It's true, and I've never done that. But I said, I don't have any other way. I just have to do it. And I spoke to Mr. Kamanga about it. You remember there was a time when they called me to Faz. When they called me to Faz, and they took a picture of me and posting on social media when I was with, I think, Ruben Kamanga, the GS, making it look like we are sorting out the issue. Now there was nothing happening there. And they just wanted to use the picture to post on Fast, look like we are progressing. There was no progression there. There was no progression at all. So when I sat down with Mr. Ruben Kamanga, the GS, I explained to him about all these players that were threatened, about all these players, what they were going through with the agents. I said, don't bring this guy closer to the national team, the agent. Don't bring this guy closer to the national team. The moment that audio got leaked, the players were sending me messages that agent was sending to the players. Please post me because my image, fashion has dent my image in Zambia. Please say something about me. Other damn people would say, yes, let's post. But players were sending those messages to me. Look, but I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. It's because I was telling them, you guys who are playing for the national team, you are the one building the national team. What we are doing today, whatever contribution that we are doing playing for the national team, is not for us. Is not for us. It's for the future generation. This is why all these players who won the Africa Cup, those players, our legends, they did that for us today. Because when we go, wherever we go, they say, yeah, Zambia won the Africa Cup. Zambia won the Africa Cup. Zambia, because they did the job for us. So one thing that we have to understand, I love playing for the national team. But when I'm not playing for the national team, when Zambia is struggling a bit, people think I'm happy. I'm not happy when Zambia draw or lose. I'm happy only when Zambia win. That is very clear, because even we qualified to the Africa Cup. Even if I'm not part of the Africa Cup, I'll be very happy to support the boys. I supported them when they were playing the games, and I'll support them even there at the Africa Cup. Because for me, what is important is not Fashion Sakala being part of the national team only. For me, what is important is Zambia being part of the Africa Cup. For me, that is more important than me, myself. So it's not just about me. But you see, Mr. Kamanga, Grant, they have done the interviews. I didn't say a word. I've never done any interview, but I thought maybe I can use my social media to inform Zambians, to update them, to let them know exactly what happened. So, waiting for an apology, the reason why it has been so difficult for that apology to come, it's because me and Mr. Kamanga agreed what to do. So Mr. Kamanga is not going to betray me, to leave me alone and me start writing apologies to whoever. I'm not going to do that. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You guys have no idea things that I went through at that period. All the people calling me to apologize, to do what? I can't apologize because that thing was well planned. It was well planned. So it can't be me alone to apologize. No, I can't do that. I can't. And I even told them when I went to fast that time, I explained all these things that happened to the players, to other players and stuff like that. I explained to them, if my interest was only me being part of the national team, if my interest was me being part of the national team, I could have just apologized. I could have just apologized and I could have continued playing for the national team. That's the easiest way. That's the easiest way. But for me, it's not about me being part of the national team. It's about the betterness of, Zambian football. Even if I'm not there, at some point we are all going to leave. What counts is what we contribute to our country. That's it. We are all going to leave. There were players there who played for years. So who am I to start thinking, oh, I have to be part of the national team forever? No. And as much as I love to play for the national team, leaving me out of the squad and telling people about how indisciplined I am is not a punishment that you can give me. It's not a punishment, because I'm not the first player to be dropped. I'm not the first player to be dropped. Other players get dropped because of performances. Other players, that shows that we are all just contributing to our nation, and the national team continues. So all these things, for me, all these things that has been happening, with me, me, the coach, and Mr. Kamanga, for me, all those things were supposed to be sorted out in the beginning. In the beginning, before they even went on social media, and because, Grant had an interview when the audio got leaked. That's when Grant had an interview. And then instead of saying exactly what happened, he started saying how he coached Lampard, how he coached Drogba, I don't know how many years. Trying to manipulate people's, brain. Like, I've coached Lampard, I've coached Drogba, so who is Fashion Sakala? I'm not on that level comparing myself to those big names. But the issue that was supposed to be addressed was very simple for me. So I just feel like it's very important for people to know exactly what happened, and the way I explained, I wanted people of Zambia to know. I wanted people of Zambia to know, and I did this because Mr. Kamanga had an interview today. We want to post it. And I received those posts immediately. I woke up, I found those messages. So this is the reason why I wanted to address Zambians, or maybe not only Zambians, but also my followers, my fans. I wanted to address them to let them know why I'm not being why I'm not playing for the national team. I wanted them to know exactly what happened, because my friends, they have the time to go and do the interviews. I don't have that time to go and do the interviews and clarify exactly what is going on. I just thought I can just use this, Facebook to address it. To be fair, doing it at this time is something that I never thought. And if Mr. Kamanga didn't do an interview, I wouldn't have done it. I'm not campaigning for anyone. I'll support whoever is going to be first president. If Mr. Kamanga will win, I'll support him, Keith or Mr. Kashala. I'm not campaigning for anyone. I'm very proud of them. They want to contribute massively to the Zambian football. And I'll be a very proud Zambian to see whoever is going to be first president. I'm not campaigning for anyone, but because I can see some of people think maybe I'm campaigning or something, but I just want you to know that Mr. Kamanga needs to be a very honest man. So if you don't see me playing for the national team anymore, it's because I refused to apologize for something that was well planned. I refused to apologize for something that was well planned, and those who are expecting me to apologize, I'm not going to do it. I love Zambia. I love every Zambian, and I'll support every Zambian in whatever situations I'll support them. But to apologize to play for the national team, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Unless Mr. Kamanga should be the first one to apologize to the coach. And me being there, I will apologize to. But not me apologizing on my own. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. To those who expect me to apologize, I'm not going to do that. I love you, Zambians. I love Zambia. I'm going to do everything it takes to support Zambia, but I'm not going to apologize. to play for Zambian national team. I'm not going to do that. Because as far as I know, I'm not wrong. You know, so yeah, I think I clearly touched almost every corner. You know, if there is something that I've forgotten, I don't know. I think maybe I've really clarified everything that I wanted people to know. And I just want to appreciate you all for watching. You know, you people have been very supportive to me. It has been very hard, of course, like I said, each and every Zambian want to be part of the national team. But not being part of the national team, it feels like people are separating you from your own country that you really want to contribute so much, you know. And there are certain things that I believe that at some point we are all going to leave, and we just have to contribute to the country, to our great nation Zambia, as we are still alive. It doesn't mean that you know, we have to be in certain positions to contribute. For me, I believe every Zambian is contributing massively. It doesn't matter the work that you are doing, being a security guard, being a garden boy, you are contributing to our nation. And that's how much I respect each and everyone, because, you know, I just believe that we all have the same value before the eyes of God, you know. And I really appreciate you, your messages, you know. Your messages have been very helpful. You know, a lot of messages of encouragement, a lot of messages, you know, to help me to keep dreaming that one day I will definitely be part of the national team. And also, you know, a lot of messages, you know, to motivate me, to encourage me, to continue working hard. You know, I really appreciate that. And I'll just continue working hard. And of course, you know, I'll continue, you know, trying to contribute as much as I can to the people of Zambia, which I believe it's something that, you know, that I really wanted to do even before becoming this person I am today. I just wanted to see people, you know, being happy. That's my biggest dream. You know, I'm becoming very emotional, but I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate the support that you are doing, the support that you are giving me. I appreciate that, and your support gives me the power and the courage to keep working, so that I should, you know, I should continue doing what I'm doing. You know, also helping people. You know, this heart of helping people didn't just come from me alone. It's because of you people supporting me, and I believe that for me to be where I am today, it's because of your support. You know, it's because of your support, and that's the reason why I want to give back to the people. You know, I want to motivate the young players, you know, from rural areas, from, you know, from different cities. You know, my mission is very simple, and I appreciate you so much. If there is something that I missed, I would definitely come back and share with you. But thank you so much. God bless you all. I keep believing that dreams don't die. And it's you know, dreams don't die. Biggest motivation quote for me, that I had to start it myself. It's something that has kept me going. So I really appreciate you all, and thank you so much. God bless you. I love you so much. Thank you.